Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them in today. Yesterday, there was a pretty big matchup in the NBA, featuring two of his brightest stars in Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. And they played that game, and I believe the game was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. And the Milwaukee Bucks were able to come away with a 124-115 win. And I think in that game, Luka scored, what did Luka get you? 27 points, typical 12 assists. That's Luka Doncic numbers. He had 6 turnovers, but he's the ball handler on the team. 5 rebounds, shot 44% from the free throw line. Didn't shoot particularly well. Shot 43% from the three, which is very good, actually, making 3 of his 7 threes. And he was 50% from the floor, so he had a good game. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, he finished that game with 30 points. With a plus minus of 16. He got 3 turnovers, which is very good. 1 steal, 4 assists, 11 rebounds. He shot 80% from the free throw line, which is excellent for him, going 8 of 10. That's a real 80%. He went 0% from the 3, going 0 of 2, but he shot 58% from the field overall. Only taking 19 shots, and they ended up winning that game. Now, most people would agree that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the world, but usually you hear this from fans, and then you hear it maybe from some people in the media. But yesterday, we got to hear it from Luka Doncic himself, and we're getting this from a CBSSports.com article that we want to read for you guys. Now, it starts off with the headline. Luka Doncic says Giannis Antetokounmpo, the best player in the NBA after Bucks hand Mavs 4th straight loss. Continues on. Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks took down Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks on Saturday night, 124-115. In the latest matchup between the two of the league's best and most unique players, though competitive on the floor, the dueling MVP candidates share a mutual respect for the other's abilities. Enjoying is hard because I want to win. So it's hard to go against a guy like that, Doncic said after the Mavericks' 4th quarter consecutive defeat. He's the best player in the NBA right now. He's almost impossible to stop. It's really fun to see him play, but it's not that fun to go against him. Antetokounmpo finished with 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists on 11 from 19 from the field for his 4th consecutive 30-point outing. He improves every day, Doncic said. He works really hard. You can see it. He works on everything. He works on his shot. He's gotten better better at a lot of things. He's just getting better every day. Later that night, long after the Mavericks had left the airport to return home, the 2-time MVP made his way to the podium for the post-game media conference and was pleased to hear what Doncic said. That's a great compliment, and I appreciate it, Antetokounmpo said. When you play against the best players in this league, being able to say something like that, it feels good. No matter wins or losses, just being respected by your peers, it's always a good feeling. I always love playing against the best players in the league, Antetokounmpo said. He's an incredible player, incredible talent, arguably one of the most talented players I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's unbelievable what he can do for himself and his team, and it's always great going against players like that. So you heard what Giannis and Luka Doncic had to say. First of all, let me clap it up for these guys. Let's clap it up for these guys not being haters. Okay, let's clap it up for that, first of all. Let's clap it up for that, right? Let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for the fact that real recognized real in that moment. Let's clap it up for that fact. Because Giannis, it seems like whenever we're talking about Giannis, we're always talking about some haters, right? We're always talking about some haters, and it's usually some current players and former NBA players. So for the NBA players, they may see this. This is how you do it. This is how not to be a hater. This is how to give props and respect and just do. Here you have Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo respecting each other's games. We didn't got any silly ass clowns running around talking about Giannis doesn't know how to lift weights. Giannis doesn't know how to train his body. Giannis is not really this good. If Giannis played in this era, he's going to be coming off the bench. He'll be We're not getting any of those funny bozo statements. We're getting pure respect from peers. And this is what the NBA needs a little bit more of. More congratulating and less player hating. No pun intended. But there's a lot of that going on. Now let's get back to what Luka said. I think Luka said the very thing that a lot of people appreciate about Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think what people appreciate most about Giannis is that he is playing the game for the right reasons. This is indisputable. You cannot argue this. Forget about guys trying to stop him from making free. Those guys are haters. The fact of the matter is, if you're on your business and you're on your grind, this is to show you how much of haters these people are. Imagine this. If I'm on my purpose, trying to be the best version of myself in my particular craft, where would I find the time in there to run around and start hating on what the next guy is doing or trying to impede what he's doing? I'm too busy doing me, focusing on my thing and what's working for me. But meanwhile, instead of these guys taking a page out of Giannis's book, some of them, they're busy there trying to stop him from making free throws. Why are you concerned if he's shooting free throws? Go work on your game. How about that approach? Stop being a hater. A lot of these guys can learn something from Luka Doncic's quotes. I don't get the sense that Luka's a hater. So that's the first thing. I think one of the reasons, back to what I was saying, there's so many people appreciate Giannis is because he's playing basketball for the right reasons. You can tell this. You can tell this. Giannis is not up there twerking it up, telling you about how rich he is, showing you all his jewelry, blase, blase, blah. He's not about. Giannis is what I call someone that is all about the substance. There's some people from the exterior, they look like they got a lot going on. You see glitterily and glam, but then when you get next to them, you talk to them, you hear what they're about, you listen to their conversation, you realize it's nothing but air. There's nothing in there, hollow. If you hit them like this, you hear noise echoing inside. There's nothing there. And I think what people appreciate about Giannis is he's not about all the bells and whistles. He's about the work. And his resume proves that. Nobody can hate on a guy that comes into the NBA in his rookie season, scoring 6.8 points per game, 41% from the field, shooting 68% from the free throw line, getting you 4.4 rebounds, 1.2 assists that year, to now basically averaging 29 points every year, shooting 50% from the field every year. You can pencil him in for that. He's going to shoot around 30% from the three, around 60 to 65% from the free throw line. He's going to get you around 10 to 12 rebounds a game, 5 to 6 assists a game, around 3 turnovers, 1 block, 1 steal, and you know he's going to be durable in the playoffs and he's going to be ready to play. That's Giannis. That's Giannis. And for that matter, and as a matter of fact, that's Luka. And that's why you can't hate on these guys. Luka's a guy that's actually all about getting better. He got off to a harder start, getting you 21 points a game. Now Luka's a 33 point per game guy. That's what Luka is. And the argument is he one of the best players in the world? That's the level these guys are operating on. So I thought it was fantastic to hear Luka compliment Giannis like this because he deserves it. And I think some of these NBA players need to take a page out of his book. Instead of hating, congratulate him. The game does better when you have players recognizing the greatness in other players.